All right, I'm recording. I think that's, yep. All right, so we had yen retail sales come out. Current trends are long, but it's correcting. It's probably going to be a quick trade because I'm thinking about going long, which is kind of counterintuitive to the current price action, but that was what my back test said. So I'm just trying to stick with it. Well, that's kind of unfortunate. So it actually pulled back to the news level and continued short. That's a little concerning for me just because it's going with the corrective move. It looked like there was some hope that I nailed it because it started going long right when I got in. And now it's just kind of going back to the origin down, a few pips. Some of it's because of spread. But yeah, I did a really tight zone and it looks like I'm about to get stopped out. That's fine. And there it goes. So I only have one back test on this one. And stopped out one of the positions. Well, okay. So it looks like I should have just gone with the news direction. Entry was at that candle, like I thought I would, but I just got into it in the wrong direction. All right, well, that was quick and easy. Not really. So if I went short, maybe it would be up 2R. That's a shame. This wasn't a news move where I thought it would do that. I know, I feel the same way, boy. Sitting this level here, which was the stop out move, stopped everyone out here and went to this level. Mm, so it is going short. I broke this higher time frame demand from yesterday. So has more room to the downside. I'm debating on whether or not I want to take a short. I just feel uneasy because, of course, it's counter trend. That was the higher time frame demand right there. So this is resistance became support, and that support held yesterday, and now the news is crashing that. Didn't expect retail sales to be that explosive, especially as a corrected move. The example that I had, it did move this much, but it was a impulse move. When it was corrective, it did not move that hard. So I have to adjust. So it's pulling back into the immediate supply I just created. What would tell me is that if this is the true long, and I was just early in my read, but I mean, it broke that level, so I have to consider taking it short. I think I'm gonna get in it because that's the direction. Um, I'm gonna get in. All right, now I'm in it short. And I'm gonna laugh. This stops me out and then works to the long side. It is always quite humorous. So this is technically fitting an if-then scenario. I went with the trend and then it broke my key level, which was my validation point. So now I have to go counter trend. And if it ranges out and I get stopped out, then I'm done on this trading idea. And that is it for this session. Well, if I had stayed long or had a wider stop, I'd still be feeling the pressure, and then I would not be in this short. Probably would have stopped out if I had a bigger position there. Ideally, I would like to try to hold on to this trade for 20 minutes. If I can get 2R out of this, entering the trade late in the run, and like since I'm like tried to catch the pullback on it, I'm on borrowed time, and it is a corrective move, so I anticipate I'm on even more borrowed time. I also believe I can tighten up my stop reasonably because of the fact that this was the pullback that I was looking for. If it pulls back any further, don't think I want to be in this trade because then that means the demand is working and have found an area where it's going to stop people who are in the shorts. And I want to be one of the first people to be stopped out. I don't want to be stopped out up here. I can, and that level could still work, as we've seen in other news levels, but I mean, I gotta try to preserve my capital at the same time. Because anything can and will happen. So I tightened up my stop, so I'm not risking nearly as much as I was initially getting into this trade. If I were to get out now, I'd be break even. So I wasn't wrong to do this. If you look at my chart here, that's where I got in, was this pullback on the 5. I mean, you guys saw that. So it has room to go, and there it goes. Come on, give me 2R, give me 2R. At least 2R. I know that's kind of like a subjective P&L target, but it's stopping out everyone pretty hard. It's definitely showing some momentum to the downside. If I were to get out now, I'd be in profits, but then I think I would be not capitalizing on the move. And it will pull back before going back short. Kind of has to. It has to make the buyers think that they have a chance. And they do because of the fact that the higher time frames are in their favor. So that's a lot of the people who are in the swing position. Um, my goal was to hold on to this until closer to 9 o'clock. So that was my plan. I'm going to try to stick to that plan. Uh, and when you're in a move like this, you gotta think, all right, well, if I was a, buyer who was desperate, I would and biased, I'd be like, all right, I'm gonna go long here. All right, cool. If that doesn't work, I'm gonna go long here. All right, cool. If that doesn't work, I'm gonna go long here. And there's the other people that are just, widening their stops to not get stopped out because they refuse to be wrong. I know I was that guy. Still am that guy sometimes. Try not to be. Your stop loss is the information that you are given to tell you that you are wrong. As you know, this green move isn't just caused by buyers, it's also caused by people buying to cover who are securing their positions. Um, Trying to take their money and run is what they're doing. All right, well, that's pulling back to a little too much. I'm a little uncomfortable with that, but it is what it is. I reduced my risk. I'm accepting that. I'm trying to get more out of this trade. Now, if this was a $2 trade, I had missed my ideal entry. So, like, this could be, you know, a sign of like, oh, the move is done. And I should have gone out. But last time I did that, last week, I did leave a lot of money on the table. The trade had ended up working extremely well when I got out for similar reasons. And it was a corrective move. It was almost exactly the same context where I had gone long, got stopped out, went short, and I made my money back on the short, but then like I broke even for the day. And then the trade worked for like 2, 3 hours. So rather than be positive, I was scared last week and got out of a position I was correct in regards to my direction. So just try and measure that probability. So if I lose half heart on this one and I have that same process, then uh, it should pay out over time. Even if I'm wrong here and I do get stopped out and I do give, some of my money back, um, and for whatever reason, let this winner turn into a loser or a break even. Um, my justification is that just developing the sample size to justify staying in the trades and not be scared of these pullbacks. Because now we have greed and fear both battling each other. Not only battling each other on the chart, it's also a battle in your mind. Got to find that right balance. All right, so that was the pullback I was looking for. Now, if it goes up any higher, I would want to get out of the trade because now that pullback is finished. And if it goes long, that means the buyers are stepping in. That was the immediate pressure I was looking for the continuation. I'm putting my stop to a slight profits. I'll make half of my money back when I get stopped out, which is fine. That is the cost I'm paying to stay in this trade. Mm. And then the idea would be to just learn from it and see if this is a trade that I could get back into later or not. Uh, Trying to develop a better sample size of like what news events I'm good at versus the ones that I'm not good at because I trade them all kind of similar. Um, and my back tests aren't 100%, accurate because it doesn't exactly do play for play what it did last time. Uh, it's just me developing a hypothesis and an educated guess and adjusting if need be. Looks like I'll probably get stopped out because I'm like choking it a little bit, but I don't want to give back too much of a profit just because I'm greedy, right? So this is my greed saying I'm right, I'm going short. It should keep going short, so I am not getting out of this trade, regardless of it being in this mix of levels. Now, I'm banking on all the buyers pouring in right now, and their stops are right here. And I, want this momentum to continue its direction, to have the buyers think, okay, well, this isn't a good level. I'm just going to take the next level. And that's what I'm hoping for in regards to continuation. I'm trying to not put my stop right on the tip because of the spread. Okay, now I can put my stop there and feel a little safer about it once having that push. This way, if I get stopped out, then so be it. I can be a little bit more satisfied with that. Because it's done this consolidation on the 1, and that was the pullback on the 1 and the 5 at the same time. My timing for this trade hasn't hit yet to get out of it. Like I said, I want to wait until closer to 9 p.m. Eastern. Because a lot of times I've seen it do this like last like hurrah of a push before the close of the 30-minute and the 1 hour candle. And I believe we get a new 4 hour candle when that happens as well. So everyone just trying to catch the bottom of this 4 hour candle and hoping it will be the bottom of the next 4 hour candle. Now those traders do get paid off sometimes. You know, I get paid off doing the same thing sometimes, but it's not the best strategy. Not to do anyways. So people are deciding what to do now. Yeah, the breakout traders that are just hoping that it breaks shorter. And I want the breakout traders to get paid off a little bit. You know, when they get paid off a little bit, you know, I'll look to try to get out of my position. Now, another thing I've seen is that if I'm right, um, this direction could continue until the next yen news. I believe we have yen news in a couple hours. Few hours. Hold on. No, that's what, 8, 10, like 2 hours, another 2 hours from now. All right, looks like I'm about to get stopped out, and that's fine. Made most of my money back on this trade from being wrong initially, so um, all right, there it goes, get stopped out. And that was the time where I wanted to get out of the trade. Um, and I believe it should go long, actually, now. I'm just going to go ahead and get in. This is risky, a little risky, but I'm going with the higher time frame. It kind of already did its pullback I was looking for. Now, if it pulls back and it continues, and I'm wrong on this read, then so be it. But I am banking on the higher time frame working out in my favor here. Jason. That was my dog. Sorry about that. Gets extremely defensive. And that was the stop out move for the continuation, and I am screwed. And then I am the buyer that is hoping. All right, so that seems to be going okay. All right, well, that's done. That was my reasoning. I will post my results afterwards as usual, and that will be that. Trade safe, manage your risk, develop scenarios where you have a course of action on what to do next for yourselves. All right, take care.